Hey, good morning to you. Thanks for joining me in Psalm 60 this day. Psalm 60, a psalm of David. It's a teaching psalm again. Not too long of a psalm, it's about 12 verses thereabouts. And what's going on here is that the background is David has left with troops to Syria up north. And he's battling up north, David, king and commander. And the battle is raging, and then he gets word that there is an attack from the south, from the Edomites. They seem to take advantage of David's preoccupation and contest with Syria up north, and they come up from the south. And David has split off General Joab to go battle the Edomites down south. And David himself is wanting to get down there and tackle the Edomites also. So that's kind of a little bit of the background, but this was a blindside. This was an attack that David obviously did not see coming. And maybe that might be the theme for this day in our psalm, being blindsided, something we didn't see coming. And we were headed one direction, and all of a sudden, something from up behind sneaks up on us. So let's jump into the Psalm 60 right now. Verse 1. O God, you have cast us off. You've broken us down. You've been displeased. Oh, restore us again. You've made the earth tremble, you've broken it. Heal its breaches, for it is shaking. You've shown your people hard things. You've made us drink the wine of confusion or staggering. You have given a banner to those who fear you, that it may be displayed because of the truth, Selah. That your beloved may be delivered. Save me with your right hand and hear me. God has spoken in holiness. I will rejoice. And now David, he reflects and he recalls and considers things in the past, what God has done. I will divide Shechem and measure out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine. Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is also the helmet of my head. Judah is my lawgiver. Moab my washpot. Over Edom I will cast my shoe. Philistia, shout in triumph because of me. So David is rallying his mind, but now he cuts to the core of the issue. As we conclude this short little psalm, who will bring me to the strong city? This city, by the way, is Petra, impregnable city, a very difficult city down south, where the Edomites are attacking down there. Who will lead me to Edom? Remember, Joab's down there, but David himself is wanting to get down and get in the battle down there. Is it not you, O God, who cast us off? And you, God, who did not go out with our armies? Give us help from trouble. And I'd like to kind of slow the short little pace down here for a little bit here. David pleads to God to give us help from trouble. And we can make that plea with the same vigor that David made that, even the same desperation. Again, from Job 5, verse 7. Job hears that man is born to trouble as the sparks fly upward. Man is born to trouble. And David in the psalm here, Psalm 60, says, give us help from trouble. For the help of man is useless. Man can't really be of too much help. You think he or she or they might be, but it's really God who is our help. In Ephesians chapter 6, the Apostle Paul, in verse 12, Ephesians 6, Paul reminds us we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Well, how do I take such on? And Paul goes on to tell us. But the reminder is, we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. We're not wrestling against man, and nor can man be our help. Give us help from trouble, for the help of man is useless. So what's the solution? Through God, last verse of this 60th Psalm. Through God, we shall do valiantly. It's a good word, valiantly, but it's also one of those words I thought, what does it really mean? And I went back to my Hebrew Helps book, and what this means is strength and influence. Through God, we will do strength. Through God, we will do valiantly. But I want to cap on that strength slant on that. Through God, we will do valiantly. We will do strength. Two sections on this. Isaiah 40, verse 28. Again, these are very well-known passages, but they just are help for our soul. The prophet Isaiah, the well-known prophet Isaiah, says, "Have you not known," Isaiah 40, verse 28, "have you not heard? The everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, neither faints nor is weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the weak." Anybody relate to that right now? Fainting, weary, weak. "And to those who have no might, he increases strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary. The young men shall utterly fall. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Isaiah 40, verse 28, 29, and 30. And then I'd like to also read, in light of this, through God we shall do valiantly, or we shall do strength. Because Habakkuk, a lesser-known prophet, in his 3-chaptered volume, he says at the end of the verses, end of the chapter 3, though the fig tree may not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, though the labor of the olive may fail, and the fields yield no food, though the flock may be cut off from the fold, and there be no herd in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation. The Lord is, present tense, not was, not will be, but the Lord is my strength. Right now, he will make my feet like deer's feet. He will make me walk on my high hills. And that's a song from Habakkuk, because it says, to the chief musician with stringed instruments. So we have the reminder from the Apostle Paul that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We have here in Psalm 60 that the help of man is useless through God. Through God we do strength. Through God we do influence. Through God we do valiantly. For it is he who shall tread down our enemies. Our enemy being sin, the evil one, the one who's out to get us, the liar, father of lies, destroyer, that all being Satan there. Through God we shall do valiantly. Go with God this day. Do valiantly. Through him. Through him. God bless you this day. Psalm 60. Give it a look. Thank you.